since the recording started just now, let me give just a 1 minute, really quick recap of what I talked about so far, which is just um, that we have a lot coming up, both in terms of the platform itself. We have done a lot of work to improve the trading functionalities. So you can not only do market orders, which you have been limited to until now, but you can also do stop losses. You can set up your trading strategies. You can do limit orders. Um, you can automatically take profits. You can automate your trading strategy with AI bots. So we have a lot coming up, and we'll dive deeper into that next week, just because right now I did not finish in time setting up my profile on the staging app that we have. So we'll do this next week. We'll dive into all of these changes. My plan is to do this probably next Monday at the same time. I'll also likely ask the community when all of you have time, because I know it's hard to find the best time for this, because everyone has different schedules, everyone's in different time zones, etc. So we'll see. Maybe we'll even ask for the date that works best for them, but we'll see. And then we also, at the end of this stream, we will talk about what we have in store for all the content creators, because we know a lot of you joined through the Super Teams Challenge, which we really appreciate. And we have some plans to help you stay engaged with FBYT in a fun way, with with some pretty exciting news. So stay tuned until the end. And now let's dive right in, because what we want to talk to you about today is mostly how to open a vault, some of the functionalities that we have so far on the platform before the new big update, and of course the Super Teams Challenge itself, which we'll dive right into. And so as a lot of you probably already know or are already aware, we have the challenge on superteam.fun, which the exact link is superteam.fun/earn/listing/create-content-for-FBYT. So if you have not checked that out yet, definitely check it out. If you're already in the community from before this challenge, you can participate in this challenge, and the total prize pool is 600 USDC. So we have raised that from originally 500 USDC to make sure we reward more of your submissions. And the first place gets 150 USDC, second place earns 100 USDC, third place earns 50 USDC, and then we have 20 USDC for 15 more people. So even if you don't make the top three, you are definitely getting a good return for the time you had to invest, and for the money you had to invest, because you need to open a vault for this challenge, which costs you, I think, 60 cents, maybe 70 cents, something like this. So that you should get back there easily if you make it among the top 18 submissions. Why do you need 60 cents or 70 cents to open a vault? It's really simple. It's not that we are like milking for fees or anything. This is just the fee that's needed to start the vault. The vault is a smart contract on Solana, of course. And that is just needed to open this vault with all of the functionalities that we have there. It's just not possible at a lower fee. So this is why you need these 60, 70 cents to get started. So let's dive into what you actually need to do to participate. First of all, the deadline is, I think that's right, in 4 days and 11 hours. So basically at the end of this week, that's Friday evening, depending on where you are in the world. I'm talking about like UTC time, just for reference. That's Friday evening, might be Saturday early morning for you, might be Friday morning for you. But still, basically the whole week that you have time to participate. And I think it's not that hard. All you need to do is, number one, you need to open a vault. This is what we'll do today. Basically, I want to guide you through these first two steps. So first, you need to open a vault. Start your journey by opening a vault on the FBYT platform. Very easy process. Again, I'll guide you guys through it in case you are having any difficulties. Then you need to do one trade. This is also what we'll do today. Complete one trade to test how the platform works. Again, we are working on a lot of different, a lot of new features for trading. So stay tuned for those. I think that's very, very exciting and will really elevate the platform to the next level. Then you need to join our Discord. Very easy. I think that's the easiest step. If you're in this call, you obviously already managed to do that. So congratulations. Yeah, that's just a couple of clicks and you're in. And last, you need to create your video. We're not going to create a video today, but I'm definitely going to show one or maybe two videos. They are already up there. I think you can see them. I'm not sure. That we have gotten so far to just give you a sense of what others are doing and which direction you can take this. And yeah, then real quick, the submission requirements. Your content must be posted live on X. So we'll go today through this. Excuse the German here. You should post it on X. Then, like, the video length can be anything. It basically, for us, it's important that you're telling a convincing story, something that can convince either someone that's looking to manage assets or someone that is looking to invest. Like, you can take either of those angles and tell a convincing story as to why they should invest with FBYT or why they should manage assets with FBYT. It can be short form, it can be long form, whichever works best for you. The videos I've prepared today are, I think, both about like 2 minutes long. The aspect ratio doesn't matter. You can do a guide, you can do an explainer, a direct showcase of how you are opening a vault. Basically, be creative. That's all I can suggest for anybody that's participating. Just use your creativity. Don't forget to tag us at FBYT.io so we can easily find your submission. Otherwise, it's very, very hard for us. So definitely make sure if you post, tag at FBYT.io, which is our X profile. Then the submission here on the platform must include a link to the live X post, and submissions do not close on the 31st of July 2026. That's outdated. I think we are looking to change this. We're just waiting for approval from the super team because you can't just change it, but we will update it ASAP into what's the date? What's this Friday? It's the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So 7th of August 2026 is the new deadline. Zashko, if I'm wrong with that, please correct me. And yeah, real quick, the judging criterias: originality, quality, clarity, and of course impact as well. So how many people do you reach? How easy is it to follow your video, your narrative? How good is your production and your explanation? And how creative is your video? Reward structure as well, we will update that. The correct ones appear. Total is 600 USDC prize pool, with 150 USDC going to first place, 100 USDC going to second place, 50 USDC going to third place, and then we have 15 times 20 USDC for basically 4th to 18th place. So 18 total winners, which we hope is like an encouragement that even if you miss out on the top 3, you're still getting like a good return on investment for your time and effort that you put into your video. yeah, that's basically the outline. And I think we're gonna do first the opening a vault, and then we're gonna watch the video. Uh, yeah, let's do it that way. So real quick, if you open FBYT.io, you will see this starting page. If you've never been to the platform, before you click on Launch App, I actually recommend you go to check out the other tabs real quick. So one, we have the Product tab, where basically we're talking about what are the different use cases of FBYT. For example, you can manage funds by allocating capital across diverse strategies. You can create customized investment strategies tailored to your client's needs. This is something that we are, like, these strategies are something that we are actively working on. And again, next week, I'll make a post early enough so that everyone can make time. We will dive deeper into these different strategies that we have added, these different options that we have added for money managers to execute their strategies, because we are leveling this up massively. And yeah, you can see investor use cases. You can see FBYT versus how you have to invest so far, which is with traditional asset managers, usually the big names like BlackRock. And the key advantages that FBYT offers. So definitely give this a spin if you haven't yet. Like, just read through it real quick. Also, like, if you're trying to do content, then this would be my first step, because this already gives you the why of the platform. Like, why should people use FBYT? Why should people invest with FBYT? You already have a bunch of points here that you can implement into your content. And then we have how it works, which is another page that you should definitely check out before you launching the app, just because here you see, first of all, the problem that we're trying to fix, or the problems that we're trying to fix. Like, TradFi is gated. With FBYT, you have no KYC. Everyone that has a Solana wallet basically can use FBYT as either an asset manager or as an investor, which of course is not the case off-chain. Crypto promised change but didn't deliver. Like, investing still looks very much the same as it has before crypto was introduced. And I think now a lot of big players are pushing into the crypto space to basically make it their own. And with FBYT, everyone can become an asset manager. Everyone can invest. It's very easy, and you don't have any of these dependencies on any, like, multi-trillion management fund, right? And yeah, talented traders are locked out. Like, as we all know, some areas of this world just have a very hard time accessing financial markets, certain financial markets. And with FBYT, we're trying to bring down those barriers a little bit. And then you have a step-by-step on how everything works, which I definitely, again, if you have never used the platform before, or maybe you have used it, you were a little bit confused or something, even though there are a lot of explanations, I'll try to show it on the platform for everything. But if you are a little bit confused, definitely check out how it works, because we have created these pages so that nobody gets confused. Then once you're ready, you can launch the app. And as you can see, I already connected. I'm right now down 6%. I'm trying to get that back up. Let me close the other tab here. And then you have, basically, once you open, you have the invest and the manage tab. And I can see that I am not logged in right now. So let me just sign in here real quick. Just a second. All right. So now it should show correctly here. You can see how much your portfolio is valued at. You can see how much you have invested. You can see in how many vaults you have invested, and you can of course also see how those vaults are performing. Then Here in the invest page, you can find all the active vaults. And for example, this vault, even though it's dormant, it's up 21.29%. And here basically you can find the vaults that look promising to you, and you can invest in them. First, you will of course be on the home page. So this was the investment page. Here you can also, by the way, sort the vaults, for example, by performance. You can also go by newest. If you're looking like who has recently opened vaults, here we can see a bunch in fundraising. Maybe we can allocate some funds to some of them. By the way, if you want to get some funds, I probably have 30 USDC that I'll invest. If you only accept Solana like him, it's no problem. We'll use the swap functionality on FBYT. And if you want $10 into your vault to start trading, basically, if you haven't yet, just follow along and open a vault alongside me. We're gonna start in a minute or two. And if you already have a vault, just head to your manage page, click on any vault that you have. Let me, oops, sorry, don't do it like this. Don't click on trade, of course, click here. And then you can see here, this icon, I hope it's clear, down right, where you can share your vault, copy, and then just send it into the Discord, all right? By the end of the call, I'll allocate $10 each into 3 different vaults, and you can use this capital, even if you already have some capital, it's just an extra investor, all right? And if you don't have any investors in your vault yet, then you can use this to basically get started, do your first trades, maybe participate in the Super Teams challenge without having to allocate your own capital there. So just put your vaults into the chat. I'll show you how it's done here. So now you can find it in the chat, my own vault. We are down 6%. I'm trying to get it to turn it around. No, we are down 1.24% actually on this one. So the other one is dormant. So no worries. But here we are down 1.24%. And we'll go into vault details and everything with the new vault. But basically what I did here you can see the different assets that we have, Pengu, USDY, Jupiter, and you can see the performance over time and the different investors, the trade history, and here we have bot trading already, which we'll get into in a lot of detail next week. All right, but for now, we want to open a new vault. So when you connect your wallet, make sure you are in manage, not in invest. You want to be in manage. Invest just for investing, manage to create your vaults and to manage your own vaults. I think makes sense. So then we click on create vault. What we want to do is an open-ended vault. The difference between closed-ended and open-ended is in open-ended strategies or vaults, investors can invest anytime as long as the vault is active. So even after fundraising, after our vault goes live, people can invest. Closed-ended, on the other hand, are just open for deposit during the fundraising. Why would anybody do this? If for example, you have one specific client or one specific person that you want to manage funds for, then you can open a closed-ended vault, you send them the link, they invest the money they want to invest, the fundraising closes, and you can basically just manage their money, right? You don't want anybody else in there to keep things separate for whatever reason, then this is the option. But for most vaults, I believe open-ended is the better way to go, because then people can invest alongside you, right? If your vault is performing well and you're up 10, 15, 20%, people can see it and they can find you on best performing vaults list in the overview tab that we had here real quick. Sorry guys for switching back and forth, but here if in invest, you'll basically be here, right? And they can find you and they can just say, hey, I like this guy's strategy, I like what he's investing in, and they can deploy more capital to you, which of course in return means that you will have you will earn more fees, because you can earn the management fee and the performance fee, which we'll get to very shortly. Just real quick, let's call this the FBYT community vault. Strategy is whatever the FBYT community decides on. Cover image, to be honest, I did not prepare an image. Let me see if I have. Yes, I think that's a good choice. What do we say? I love this meme. It's from Jedi 0x Jedi, who also participated in the Super Teams Challenge. He's been in the Discord a little bit. Maybe you've seen him before. So shout out to him for this meme. Is that all you need? Yes, because all you need is FBYT. It's actually true, because you can trade a lot of different assets just with FBYT. You don't need all of these separate bags when you can put everything into your FBYT vault. Anyway, then after setting up the display name, strategy, description, cover image, we can set the minimum raise amount. Here, usually I recommend just go low, go with $1, go with $5, maybe $10. Basically to attract as many people as possible would be my logic. Of course, you can also go big and say, hey, I just want the whales, right? Totally up to you. For this one, we're just gonna go with $1. Why? Because I want this to be the FBYT community vault. So if anybody from the community wants to invest, all you need is 1 USDC, and we'll try to do at least one trade every week on every call. So next week, think about what we can invest in next. For now, I'll just set this to 1 USDC. And the minimum investment, just the same. Actually, let's go even lower. Let's go 0.5 USDC. So everybody can participate, is my logic here. Of course, for your own vault, you can, again, set this however you want, however you think you can attract the most people, the most capital, to push your assets under management and your fee performance. Lockup period, we don't need to lock it up for a long time. As you can see, we can do up to as many days as we want. We can do hours, we can do minutes, and we can do seconds. I've never done seconds. Let's just lock it for 10 seconds. Then we can set the management fee. I'll just set it to 1%. Because again, this should be the community vault. I'm not trying to milk anybody here. So what does it mean? By the way, you can set it a lot higher, right? You can set it to 15%, to 10%, 5%, whatever you want. What does this mean? And maybe this is the right time to say all of these fields, let me just set to 1%, all of these fields have these little info buttons here, or these little info icons here. And if you hover over them, then you can see, hey, what is the management fee? What does it even mean? So then you can see the management fee is not based on vault performance. It is an administrative fee charged by the money manager. So this means if, for example, you have $10,000 in your vault, you set the management fee to 10%, then every year in total, of course, in total over the year, you will earn $1,000 just base fee for your management of this vault, right? Then we have another fee, which is the performance fee. Now you're asking, what is the performance fee? Again, we have this nice little icon here. The performance fee is charged only upon investor withdrawals and only if the vault has generated a positive return. So this means the performance fee is only charged when somebody withdraws funds, right? Let's say they deposit at the beginning of your vault, they deposit 1,000 USDC or 1,000 USD in Solana, whatever, but a total value of $1,000. You perform well, you earn them 50% returns, which is in a bull market is easily possible. And then they withdraw their $1,500. Then if you set your performance fee to, for example, 10%, why do I use 10%? Just because it's easy for me to calculate. Then you earn 10% of those $500 that you've earned them. So in that case, that would be $50. Of course, if they deposit $10,000 into your vault, they withdraw $15,000, then it would be $500 just in performance fee. Again, this is separate to the management fee, right on top. So these are the main ways that you as a money manager can earn on FBYT. It's also important to say everything is communicated transparently to the investor, right? They cannot get basically scammed after and be like, oh, damn, like I didn't know that you set a 20% performance fee or something. When they invest into your vault, they can see the performance fee and the management fee that you charge, and you cannot change it once you've set it. All right. So, and why is that? Because again, we don't want anybody to get scammed here. If you could change it, and I have gotten this question a couple of times, that's why I'm talking about it. If you could change your fees after the fact, then basically you could set these fees very low, and then you could basically tune them up to the maximum. The maximum here is 15%. The maximum here would be 20%. And people would have already invested their funds thinking you charge 1%, but then you charge 20%. That's obviously not something that we want. That would not be a good experience for any investor. So once you set them, they are fixed. Here we're going to set 1% and 1%, and we're going to set the fee withdrawal period weekly. Then we can see around 0.0192% is collected every week for through the management fee from the total vault, right? That's of course not a lot, but it's every single week. Of course, if we set it to yearly, again, we have set the fees here very low. If we were going to set it to 10%, for example, then every year you collect 10%, quarterly you collect 2.5%, monthly you would collect 0.83%, and then weekly 0.1923%. All right. Oops. We're gonna set it to weekly so that in 1 week we can already look on the next call and see the fees that we have collected. And then we accept the terms and conditions and we create our vault. So off screen, now I need to confirm the transaction with my wallet. Again, this costs like 60 or 70 cents, maybe 80 cents. Let me check what I paid here in fees. Sorry guys, I didn't pay attention. Yeah, like 0.002 Solana. And here we are. Now it's already live. We have the FBYT community vault created today, $0 right now, 0 investors, and we accept USDC. Oh, I think I skipped over this step. When setting up, you can change between accepting USDC and accepting Solana. Yeah, here. I'm so sorry, guys. So right after the minimum raise amount, USDT, USDC, or Solana are the different currencies you can accept in your vault. I usually recommend USDC just because people people have a better understanding of what 1 USDC is compared to 0.01 Solana, for example. So USDC keeps it easy, but Solana is also a good option. With USDT, of course, you have to keep in mind that USDT is not allowed in every single region. For example, I'm EEA, and so I cannot trade USDT. This is something you have to keep in mind if you choose USDT. All right. But let's go back to our vault here. So we are in fundraising. Now let's go into invest real quick and send some funds into our vaults. Here we will sort by newest. So as you can see, you can sort by most investors, you can sort by the amount to be raised, you can sort by management fee if you're looking to find the cheapest one, the guy that takes the least fees, or maybe the guy that takes the most performance fees because he's confident, right? Then you can basically sort by anything that you may want. We are going to sort by newest because then we are going to find our own vault right away. And we're gonna send some funds. I'll just send, let me check, because I want to send 30 USDC into some vaults later. We might have to do a swap, but we will just send 10 USDC. Of course, anybody else is also welcome. You can withdraw at any time. I've set the performance fee and the management fee to 1% each, and maybe we can make some fun trades as a community together. That would be pretty cool, I think. So if you want, I'll send the vault again. Here is share vault into the Discord. And if you want, you can invest here. Awesome. I can also see that somebody already sent their vault, which is very cool. Again, if you want to get the 10 USD in investment into your vault, just open your vault, or if you already have a vault open, send the link to that vault into the chat by the end of the stream. I'll try to keep it short. We are almost done. The one more thing I want to do now, and just to remind everyone, if you want to participate in the Super Team Challenge, you need to open a vault. Done. You need to join Discord, which of course we all already did, and you need to do one trade right before you do your video. So let's do exactly that. Let's do one trade. So we're going back into the manage mode. We are going to click trade now on our new vault. Wait, that's not the new vault. I'm sorry, guys. Here, we're going to click trade now on our actual new vault, not the old vault. And as you can see, right now we have 10 USDC in the vault, nothing else. Again, this window is set to change a lot. Like, just to remind everyone once again, we have a lot of new functionalities coming up. I know a lot of you joined later, so let me just go over this really, really quickly again. We have a lot of new functionalities coming up for the trading strategies that you can execute on FBYT. Right now, as you can see, it's pretty standard, right? You can sell and you can buy. All of these are market orders, which mostly had a technical reason. It was the easiest to implement and the safest to implement. Of course, security is very, very important for us. But we have worked a lot, or the team has worked a lot behind the scenes to implement a lot of other options that you can do and that you will find on traditional centralized exchanges as well. So very, very soon you will be able to not only make market orders, which we are going to do right now, but you can also set limit orders. You can set stop losses. You can set take profit strategies. So if you hit, for example, let's say, hey, I'm investing into this specific coin, we can, for example, fart coin. For example, fart coin. And if it pumps 50%, I want to automatically take profits, then you can do this. Same for stop losses, right? You can set a limit for, hey, if this coin falls a certain percent, sell it automatically. So I basically limit my risk to the downside. And you can set up, which I think is the most important, recurring strategies. So if you want to have a certain buy every week, for example, let's say every week I want to buy tokenized Apple stock or tokenized Amazon or whichever asset, right? We have a bunch of assets. We are constantly also adding more. So if you haven't checked back in a while, definitely give it a spin, because you might find a lot of new assets that you can invest in, and you can set up recurring buys to, for example, buy it every week. You can also connect bots. You can automate your strategy 100%, and these bots can access your stop loss, your take profit, your limit orders, your recurring buys, so they can set up their own strategy, and you don't need to do anything. You can basically, if you have your own AI agent that's trading for you, this is something that's getting very, very big right now. You can just connect it and it will execute your strategy through FBYT. I think that's a very, very cool feature, and it makes it basically like, if you've been thinking about creating your own agent or utilizing another agent, then you can do it now with FBYT very easily, because you don't need to code anything, right? You can use the AI agent that's already coded. You can just connect it with FBYT. The agent will use FBYT as their platform for everything. They don't need to connect to some exchange and to your wallet and have these sorts of frictions, but they just need to connect to your vault. They can do everything on FBYT. So that's coming very, very shortly. And again, we'll dive into that in detail next week. But now we want to buy something. As always, I would probably ask all of you to suggest what we can buy. I'll give it a little spin here. We have a lot of tokens: BAT, BNB, Bonk, Cake. We can buy Coinbase stocks. We can buy Circle stocks. We can buy, okay, maybe DAI, the stable coin, from one stable coin into the other stable coin. I'm not sure. We even have Euroc. If I know there's like a niche audience for this, but as someone from Europe, I actually appreciate Euroc on here. Which basically, by the way, means you can also do some limited forex trading, right? If you want to trade between USD and euro, you can do it here. So a lot of things you can do: gold, of course, Google stocks, helium, hyperliquid, Jupiter, a bunch of things. We even have fixed yield tokens like USDY. We have QQQ, which I think is an ETF. I'm actually not sure. So just send your suggestions in the chat. And in the meantime, yeah, yeah. I saw it. I saw it. Sure, sure. No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, guys. I don't want to keep you all here for too long, so let's just invest into Meta. Had very bad Q2 numbers, so let's not go for Meta. Let's go for the guys that are sort of flying right now. Let's just buy some Apple stocks, and we're gonna go with 50%. So we're gonna put 5 USDC into Apple, and then here we can see 0.016133 Apple shares is what we're gonna get for that. Here we can also see the live price, right? Updating basically every second or so. And then all we need to do, whoops, is press swap. In theory, something went wrong. Please try again. Let me check real quick if I have my wallet open. Yes. Let's try Amazon real quick. let's try to reload real quick. I'm not sure if we have any issue here. Looks like we have a little bit of a technical error here. I know we have a couple guys from the team in the stream, so if you know what could be the root cause, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, let me know. But we have USDC selected. Let's try with 25%. All right, guys. Normally this should work. We are definitely going to check this error right after the stream. I'm really sorry about this right now. As you can see, usually this does work. So let's just go into the other vault that I have, where of course we are right now down 1.24%, but we stay positive, of course. Let's go into the vault details. And as you can see here, we already traded a little bit. We traded into Pengo and we traded into USDY. Both of these are up because I'm pretty sure I invested $5 into both of these. And actually our Jupiter is slightly down. But with some of the news coming out of Jupiter, I'm confident that this will turn around. Let's just try to see if we can trade on this vault though. If we're trying to swap Jupiter, yes, this one is working. So right now I'm swapping 50% of my Jupiter into Solana. I confirm on my wallet. And as you can see here, swap successful. Here you can see the swap details. Everything's on chain. So you can check your transaction if you want on SolScan. And it should also appear shortly in trade history. There we go. If we click here the refresh button, then everything's up to date. And now we can see here we have Jupiter, we have some Solana, we have some USDY and some Pengu on in our portfolio. All right. Then once you have done one trade, and again, about the error, we will check that right after the stream. Should not be an issue for you if you try it. If we find something there, we'll update you once everything is fixed. But once you have done your trade, basically now you can create your video. And before, like, again, you can send your vaults into the chat. I recommend doing that now. I'll select 3 vaults and give them 10 USD each. If we don't get 3 vaults in total, right now we have just one, then the one guy is going to get 30 USD. So Ima, or I'm a direct. If nobody else sends their vault, then you will get 30 USD. And the super team page. And yeah, congratulations. But if somebody else wants some investments into their vaults, just send your vault link into the chat right now. And yeah, awesome. Super team updated our post. So now you can see everything's up to date. Submissions close on the 7th of August, 2026. So this Friday evening, if you're around European time, would be late night, early morning on early Saturday morning if you're more in the Asia region, and if you're in the Americas, then it will be more towards Friday morning. And here again, you can see the price structure. So first place will get 150 USD for the one video that they had to do. Second place gets 100 USDC. Third place gets 50, and then we have 15 bonuses who get 20 USDC each. And just to leave you with an example, I didn't prepare anything. I just clicked on his page, but Jedi prepared a great video, and I'll just let that run in full. I hope the audio will play. If not, please scream about it in the chat, or just say it in the voice chat. Yeah, let's see what he has cooked up.
Do you remember this scene in Wolf of Wall Street?
How much money you made?
72,000.
You show me a pay stub for $72,000 on it, I quit my job right now and I work for you.
That's the problem we've always had with asset managers. They're always telling us how much they made, the latest car they just got, or how much their last trade paid them.
$22 million in 3 fucking hours!
But their trades have no proof, zero transparency, and no accountability. And before you even realize it, all your money has vanished into thin air.
Fucking shit.
This is where FBYT comes in. FBYT is a decentralized asset management platform on Solana. It lets anyone create transparent on-chain vaults, raise capital, and manage investments without giving up custody. We are removing Trust Me Bro and giving you see for yourself. And here's how to get started. Head over to app.fbyt.io. You need to connect your Solana wallet before you can start anything. Now that you're in, here's how to create your vault. Before you create a vault, you need to register as a money manager on the protocol. It takes less than 5 seconds. Then, navigate to Manage and click on Create New Vault. There are two types, open-ended and close-ended. Open-ended allows investors to withdraw and deposit anytime. So we are going with that. Enter your display name, strategy description, and cover image. For basic configuration, enter your minimum amount and accepted assets. We are creating Skywalker with USDC. For advanced settings, enter your minimum amount, lockup period, management fee, fee withdrawal period, and your percent on profit. Go through everything one last time, agree to terms and conditions, and create your vault by signing the transaction. Investing in vaults is also very easy. Just toggle on Invest and select from any of the available vaults. Tap on Invest in Vault. Make sure to go through the details, and if you're okay with it, enter your amount and invest by signing the transaction. You shouldn't have to trust traders blindly just because they make you money. You have a right to be informed on where, why, and how your money was spent without spreadsheets or middlemen. Smart investors are on FBYT. You should be there too.
All right. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think Jaya did a great job of not just explaining the platform, but also just his editing obviously is very, very good in this. I like how he basically had this hook in the beginning where he's like, do you remember the scene of Wolf of Wall Street? Which I think is a great way to get people engaged and be like, hey, what's going on here? And then he just guides people through why we did FBYT and basically how to open your vault. And just shows like, hey, these are the different options you have. This is what you can do. And obviously he's pitching it from a money manager perspective. If you want to get another perspective, let me share his, because he's mostly pitching to investors and saying like, hey, this is why people should invest with FBYT. And I've sent the link to that second video in the chat. Actually, let me send the link to the first one as well. So if you want to, if you want to check out either of them, then you can do that here. So these are two submissions that I personally think are pretty good. Of course, the challenge is still going on until the end of the week. So if you think you can beat that, give it a go. We are very, very happy to see all of you participating in this. And we have extended the period to give more people a chance to participate. We have extended the total prize pool to make sure that all the good submissions that we're getting, which are quite a few, get rewarded. So if you are a content creator, you maybe have done video content before, or you haven't, and you want to get started, because on X, video content beats everything else right now. And that's not something that I just say. That's something that Nikita Bayer, I never know how to say his name. I'm so sorry. Basically, is he the product manager, the main guy at X, basically behind the scenes. he came out himself and said, hey, we want to encourage more people doing video content on X. So if you're trying to grow, and this is just a tip in general, then video content is something you should definitely look into. Johan is asking, what about short films? Like, again, we are open to anything. Our judging criteria are originality. So if you have a unique and creative video idea, which short film definitely sounds like it, go for it. How good is the production and the explanation of the platform, right? So if you do a short film, make sure that you still explain why should somebody use FBYT. I'm not sure if you were here in the beginning, but just let me go back to the main page. If you're looking for the why, just go to fbyt.io/product, and you can find the different use cases for asset managers, the different use cases for investors, right? To give you sort of a starting point to get going, and the differences between FBYT and TradFi. So there are a lot of different angles here that you don't even need to fully come up with yourself. Like, just look there and use it as your smart starting point. And make sure you explain like how the platform works, right? Which fbyt.io/how it works is your go-to place for that. And if you can combine all of that into a short film, like, we are absolutely open for that. Absolutely. All right, Q, I think you're still working on getting your Vault link into the chat. To be honest, I don't want to keep everyone here for too long. So Q, you can still send it into the chat, even if you're still working on opening one. Send it once you're ready, and I'll send some funds to you. And the other half will go to I'm a Die Rich. And let me just pull up your Vault here. And as we can see, Back to the Trenches, love that name, is the Vault name, open-ended, accepting USDC. So today I won't even get a chance to show off the swap functionality that we have. So let me still real quick take a little detour here. Basically, what we have integrated is, if you have whatever token, for example, you have Bitcoin just on Bitcoin network, then obviously you can't use that to invest into a Solana vault on the Solana blockchain. So what we have implemented is just a very easy swap functionality where you can swap into whatever currency you might need. Truly almost anything, basically everything we have listed on the platform. We have also like different networks. You can swap from Ethereum, you can swap from Tron, you can swap from Bitcoin, BNB chain, Arbitrum, and so on and so on. So I think this is a very cool thing. It doesn't cost you any more than it would on, for example, Jupiter. So I recommend this, especially if you're someone who's not naturally in Solana, or you have someone who wants to invest in your vault. But they are Bitcoin maxis, right? All they ever have is Bitcoin, but they want you to manage their funds, dip their toes into the Solana ecosystem. Then just send them there. So tell them, here, you can go from Bitcoin straight into Solana. Takes just a couple of clicks. So that's something we also have. There are so many functionalities. Open this here. You can see your manager profile. You can do swaps. You can do a launch hub. Maybe we'll go over some of these in the next stream. But we've already been on for more than 1 hour. So I just want to sort of wrap it up and not keep all of you here for too long. Anyway, Kio, send your vault. You can send it via DM or anywhere where you can reach me. And I'll send you 15 USDC into your vault. And now we will send 15 USDC into this vault. You have set the minimum raise to $1. Minimum investment as well, $1. So perfectly set up. Basically, I know I've seen some people get confused when they do Solana, because then they'll say, "Oh, I have set up one USD," but they actually set up one Solana, for example. So that's the only thing you need to pay a little bit attention in when creating the vault. But everything here is perfect. 1% management fee, 5% performance fee. That's more than fair, to be honest. So let's see what you can do, and I hope this helps you get started, do your first trade, and maybe create your content for the Super Team Challenge. Deposit is already completed, and if we go back now, wait, because I think when did you create the vault? Is it new? Yes. So let's go by newest, and there it is. And it should go into active any second now. Should be maximum couple minutes, I think, and then you can start doing trades. So just check back there, do your first couple of trades, create your content, and best of luck to you. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Thank you for following along. If you have any questions left that we didn't answer, now would be the time. And if not, then I'll see all of you again next week. I'm pretty sure we'll do it at the same time. Maybe if we can find something where more people are available, we'll try to push it to that slot. Stay tuned as always in the announcements channel. Sorry, I've said challenge too often today. And exactly, I'm a die rich. We're both gonna die rich together. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, next week we have a bunch of very, very cool new features for everyone that wants to execute their trading strategies in a deeper way on FBYT. We will have stop losses, we will have automated trading strategies, recurring buys, bots, and so on and so forth. So see you all there. And yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you building with us. Let's keep it up. Best of luck to all the people that are participating in the content challenge, and I'll see all of you next week. Goodbye.
Oh, awesome presentation, Yasin. Thank you, and thank you everybody for joining and staying until the end. Bye bye, guys. See you next week.